Good evening from Old Trafford. Manchester United into the semi-finals of the FA Cup. A 3-1 win over Fulham. It wasn't convincing, but it was enough in the end from Erik ten Hag's side as they overcame the 9 men of Marco Silva's side. A really peculiar match, really. United were second best for the majority of it, 70 minutes to be precise, and then Fulham imploded. A wild 40 seconds in which Alexander Mitrovic, Willian and Marco Silva were all shown red cards. It really did change the way the game had been played, because for the majority of the match Fulham were on top, they were the better team, and then they just lost their heads. They lost their chance at an FA Cup semi-final as well. United had never really had a grip on the game. They struggled to control it throughout the entire contest, and it was very much the cliche that without Casemiro they lacked that control and creativity in midfield, and without Rafa Varane as well in defence they were a bit susceptible to Fulham's attacking threat. Lisandro Martinez was very good, and David De Gea made some huge saves that in the end contributed to United's foundations that allowed them to go on and win the game. The match will be remembered for that wild 40 seconds. United counter-attacked brilliantly. Antony completely changed the game from the bench. He played the ball to Jadon Sancho, who just about took it past Bernd Leno, and then his shot was saved on the line by Willian. Willian had made a brilliant recovery run to get back in time, and then it hit his hand. He could have no complaints about the red card, but they did complain. VAR check. Marco Silva sent off for leaving his technical area during the check. Referee Chris Kavanagh had no hesitation to show him red card in that. And then Alexander Mitrovic also lost his head. He protested, got sent off, and then Willian was sent off as well for the initial handball. So Fulham, in the space of 40 seconds, like I said, lost their manager, lost 2 players, and lost their chance at an FA Cup semi-final that they would have deserved. They were by far the better team. João Paulinho, their midfielder, actually got man of the match. He was terrific, and again that was because United struggled a bit without that backbone of Casemiro and Varane. And then Fernandes made no mistake from the spot. Maybe a bit of a surprise to see him take it instead of Rashford. He coolly finished. United sensed blood and they got it. Fantastic ball from Luke Shaw on the left. Marcel Sabitzer with his first Old Trafford goal. Really creative footwork from him to lift it over the goalkeeper and to give United the lead. And from then on, there was no looking back. Fulham made some changes late on, but they lost any grip or any chance of getting through. United added a third late on. Fred found Fernandes in the box, and he powered past Bernd Leno to give United a 3-1 lead and the chance at another trip to Wembley. United versus Brighton in the FA Cup semi-final. The winner of that faces the winner of Man City or Sheffield United. Erik ten Hag in his post-match presser says he's taking it every game at a time, but there can be no ignoring the fact that we could have another Manchester derby on our hands. Full time from Old Trafford, United 3, Fulham 1. You can follow us on the Manchester Evening News all this coming week to get the reaction and all the coverage of United across the international break.